Alright, we're back. We did all the homework. We, literally took down the indestructible fighting machines. I think we did some time travel. We kind of killed a god or something. And we even reconciled all our stuff.
Soggy, you're home just in time.
We've grown as people. Are you happy, children?
The Empire, they finished building their footrest. The footrest.
Terrible. Can you imagine the Empire having somewhere to sit down?
Uh-huh. It's called,
I mean, I wouldn't support it,
There
but...
was this merchant guy from the Empire who said it was Baal, whatever's trump card. And, oh yeah, that he's gonna use it to rule the world. Is that true, Soggy?
Tarazed.
Is Sagi trying to engage the brain cell?
Soggy here.
Like, have I heard about this recently?
It's me. We need to talk. Can you come right away?
It's about Tarazed, isn't it, sir?
So you knew. Well, that saves some explaining.
We'll head back to Alfard immediately.
So, like, hey, Varys, why are we hearing about this from literal children?
We have to return to the Empire.
Like, I feel like
Tarazed.
this is kind of an important part of our job. That whole thing that we have
Watcho, Teak,
going.
take care of Mom for me.
Don't worry, she's in good hands.
I guess we've technically been on leave.
Alright, we're off.
Since the whole rally incident.
On leave, but happening to have just coincidentally actually completed all the things that we previously failed at.
That's new.
Yeah, just some redecoration. Landscaping.
Does it count as landscaping when you've apparently built a fortress that's as big as the entire island?
I mean, that's what makes it landscaping.
Anyway, that particular cutscene happens once we've finished
Sorry,
Gina,
we're late, sir. You
Gilo,
wanted to talk
and
about Tarazed?
Millie's side quest. Is the trigger for advancing
Finally
all
reached
of
completion.
this.
Now that Baal Height is Emperor, he'll probably try to step up pro-machination efforts, using the fortress as his base.
Fortunately, Tarazed's engines remain silent. That would imply it isn't fully functional yet.
Quaster, this is our chance. We have to infiltrate Tarazed now, sir.
By the way, I also blew up all the Machina armors.
We should strike before it's operational. That much is obvious.
I agree, which is why I called you here.
We definitely are not at the era where main plots were actually responsive to side quests yet.
Of course.
As I'm sure you've noticed, Tarazed is nothing short of gargantuan. Don't go unprepared.
I understand, sir.
If you have any side quests you need to do, you should get them out of the way first. That way you'll be the best equipped to take on the task.
It's alright though, we did it. We did all the side quests. Let's go, Guild of Blame. Fuck us up.
I feel like this would have been like a better point for launching into the side quests. You can say, look, here's the thing, and you can show it, and you can do a big intro, like they're building it.
What's going on?
But we're not ready to strike yet. Do what you have to get ready.
Please come outside.
And come back and do the rather than the child's list of homework. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you would think that Quaestor Varys would probably be in a better position to have a list like that for us.
And might respond to that whole thing where we went back and like actually fixed our shit and got stuff done and like the etc. etc.
Look at that!
It's enormous. As big as a continent.
I can't believe it. How could the construction have proceeded so quickly?
Why? How is that fortress able to fly?
It was designed to be a floating fortress from the beginning. that's what Tarazed really is. A fortress that can stay aloft with Machina alone and never rely on the power of the gods.
Like that's really not actually an answer to anything that was asked, but whatever. We get it. It's technology and you don't understand it.
To be fair, I don't think anybody understands the technology at play here.
Sire, there's a Dynoma, Humastris, Gorguch, a really big Machina heading this way!
Nice try, writers.
I can see it. Calm down if you call yourself a knight. Uncle Ram is watching from the next world.
There was an attempt.
Yes, sire.
That's no Machina. It's an island. A man-made floating island. Baelheit. When does it end?
So are we just gonna cut through reaction videos?
We sure are.
Floating fortress Hughes mentioned. I never thought he was serious. Look at it. It's huge. Maybe crossing the Empire was the wrong move after all.
I mean, what's next? Are we gonna have 2-hour Tarazed lore analysis videos?
Say, how else would you get by without getting the hot Corellia reaction from seeing Tarazed for the first time?
I mean, I don't know how I'd get by, but one thing I would do is, like, actually go on and, like, do shit.
I know. You were crying
with my time freed up by not having to watch that.
I saw that boy. One of the gears that keeps our world turning has gone awry. Just one loose gear can derail the entire works. Once a god has lost its power and become man, what will that man seek to find?
Writers, you are trying, right? You're going for it. I vaguely respect that you're going for it, but like, man, you can't just start saying shit and have it be meaningful. You can't do that. That's not a thing that you can just do. Also, the guy trying to swim up the waterfall really adds a certain something to this.
Right. Sorry.
I appreciate him doing, like, the exact same animation that, like, fucking Mario has for swimming up a waterfall back in, like, Super Mario RPG.
I mean, learn from the best.
There you are. Come on, you know you're not supposed to be out of bed. Let us walk you home.
I'm sorry, boys. I just wanted to get some fresh air. I didn't mean to.
Lady, you should know that Anime Cough doesn't care for fresh air. Again, I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately, but there are some walking cycles that are in this game.
Gina, we're leaving.
They have put those things in this game. Like, did they just take like an adult proportion walk and like scale it down to a child and play it back at double speed? What happened there?
Like that? Milliard, do you know?
No. What could Father be thinking?
Wait, look up there! Baelheit? It's some sort of projected image.
Citizens of the Empire! Leaders and citizens of all continents! I, Emperor Baelheit, come to you today with a declaration. The Alfard Empire hereby renounces its continent and takes the floating fortress of Tarazed as its new mainland. The imperial capital shall be relocated from Mintaka to the city of Vega inside Tarazed. Henceforth, the Alphard Empire shall be known as the Terrazed Empire.
What? Relocate the capital? That's absurd. What is Baelheit planning now?
The Terrazed Empire will never rely on the tenebrous power of a god. Power that could fail at any moment. Our continent is powered by Machina, mankind's own creation. This supreme power promises an unsurpassed quality of life and level of security to all people. There are no plans to limit immigration to Alphard-born. People of all lands are welcome. The only condition is that you surrender your wings of the heart. Terrazed offers a home only to those strong enough to free themselves of their heart's grip. I would also like to take this opportunity to announce the Terrazed Empire's first policy. All continents held aloft by the power of the gods, including Alphard, shall be destroyed. That is all.
Okay, so, had us in the first half, not gonna lie.
The scoundrel.
I was gonna say, that's a hell of a thing to slip into, like, the last line of your speech.
Just kind of took a bit of a swerve there.
Why,
There was like, that was like almost reasonable.
So now he's going to destroy them. He's like a child.
And then he lost it.
We can't let him get away with this. We have to storm Terrazed and settle things with Baelheit.
Like we will accept all immigrants from all continents. By the way, we will like literally murder anybody who doesn't immigrate. But you know, it's your choice. You have a free choice. You're free people. You're free to choose.
See any other way?
Just absolutely incredible villaining.
I know.
Well, that's surprisingly difficult to say.
Wait! Father isn't an unreasonable man.
Millie?
Let me talk to him first.
Millie, I regret to inform you that the guy who is literally threatening to destroy all of the continents might have crossed the line over into unreasonable a while ago.
Yes.
Tiny bit, just like just slight failure to be rational.
All right. So how are you going to get in?
I mean, we have a
We'll
airship.
take the Vega.
Yeah,
Most
okay,
of
good.
Alphard's
Yes.
citizens will be moving to Terrazed. We'll sneak in during the confusion.
Soggy with the plan.
That should work. Then let's go.
Like question from the floor though. There's like, okay, so everyone's gonna be moving there, and we're gonna use that confusion to get in ourselves. Like how is everybody moving there? Like there aren't that many ships,
Better go, sir.
unless I've like deeply misunderstood the setting.
Well, there are Skyliners that go in between continents, so presumably those start going up to Terrazed. Yeah, see?
Every ship in the Empire must be here.
Wow, there's like 5 whole ships here.
We should be able to sneak right in.
Okay, here we go.
Maybe that was a theory. This is just one of those times when they just fail to sell the idea. Anyway, I'm sure nobody will recognize the Sphere. Especially not Baelheit. Like, if there is one thing that I'm absolutely certain of, is that Baelheit would absolutely never in a million years expect, specifically us, to try and come and interfere with his plan. I think we can be quite confident of that.
There is 0 chance that we are walking into a trap. Not one tiny bit. So, hey, do you remember that really shitty dungeon that we were in where we killed Shanath?
Like, yeah.
Well, it's a town now.
cool.
Talk about futuristic.
Like that. I'm not playing here. That's actually good, right? That's video games.
Like, it's got the same music and everything.
Like, that's really cool. That's just like, yeah. You know, a shame it was fucking boring for that whole time before this. Like, it's really cool that they did this with it. Like, that's a nice way to do a payoff for a thing. But just for the record, does not excuse the dungeon being boring. It's you gotta be real careful when you make something like bad or even unfun and try to do narrative with it. That's like I think I'm pretty sure I've told this joke before. That's the Dark Souls of game design. You can't just do that. Anyway, I'm detecting hints of many insufferable elements in this town.
I suppose, but just honestly, it's not that bad. This is the only like major one we have to do. Everything else is technically optional. There's not that much to do here, all things considered. Although we do want to put a pin in that one. Remember that Mr. Paney is here.
Incidentally, I would have thought that this whole scheme where like the thing takes off and then we just fly up to it would have been like the second in a row even better point to branch off and do the side quest stuff. Is like wow, a bunch of stuff happens, it's dramatic, and like we know what the setup is, and you're like, Sagi, we need to launch an attack on this ship. We're only going to get one shot at this. Make sure you're ready. And we'll launch when you're ready. And you're like, oh, but what are we going to do? Let's take some time to prepare. And like, here's the narrative justification for why we have time to prepare. It's right there. It's right there. Like, come on. Come on, man. What are they doing? What happened? Somehow I'm madder about this than many other things in this game. Also, what?
It's the Machina bathhouse.
The Machina bathhouse. Like a shower?
Don't worry, Sagi doesn't really understand either.
I mean, I don't know if that's supposed to be like a meta joke to, you know, hey, you, player, person from the human society of Earth, you know what a shower is, but for these people it's like, wow, the power of Machina. But then that guy was just like, sat down inside it, fully clothed, but still acted really embarrassed. Like, what? There's a theory here. I feel like it just didn't go anywhere. Man, do you think anybody would like introspect about, hey, here's these things that we call the wings of the heart, and like they're a manifestation of like your soul and like your fundamental personhood. Like, just throw it away.
But yeah, if we talk to everybody here, they've all got more or less the same story. Left loved ones behind, You say, I don't feel anything, lost, by removing my wings of the heart, yada yada yada. Everything feels so soulless here.
Writing is what we've got. This has the stench of something that will be randomized on a given playthrough.
It probably is, but if it is, it's connected to like your actual save file because both times when I like played it and then I recorded it, it was blue then green.
And like, what was the point of this? Like, it just sent us on this random fetch quest.
Oh, that was required.
Yeah. What? Why? Why was it required?
Shrug?
Why not simply have it work? Like, is it a ploy to get us to have to explore so that we're organically more likely to have talked to more people and have, like, noticed the whole thing where like, maybe the extracting the wings of the heart might not have been the socially optimal? Is that the play here? Is that what's happening?
Maybe? I'll be honest, I don't really know what they're going for here.
I mean, I know what they're going for here, I just don't understand literally any of the steps that they took in getting there. But like, no, just to zoom out a bit, this is just a really cool concept. It's like a whole big dramatic, climactic, like, thematic is a callback of stuff. It's like, hey, here's like stuff that's been under your nose, and like, we're gonna explain what it means, and you're like, wow, that's really cool. This is like fucking video games as fuck.
Alright, well, there's our Colosseum quest.
Right. Yes, I forgot about the Colosseum.
On one hand, the wings of the heart are a manifestation of the soul and someone's individuality, but also they're your penis.
Yeah. Also, you'd think this place in particular would have, like, intercepted and censored that mail, because, like, you know, sounds pretty politically destructive to get people to be prideful of their wings here. Like, this doesn't really work.
Alright, this is it, the final booster pack of the game.
Was it worth it?
Oh, absolutely not. That was all garbage.
I guess that kind of leads into my other question, was that, like, okay, so this is like the big dramatic reveal, final town, cool concept, you know. But like, the obvious supplement to that question is there like stuff here? Like, is this like actually a town?
I mean, it's a town in as much as any of the other places are towns. Like, there's a shop and save points and you can talk to people, but are there, like, quests and stuff to do here? Not really.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I mean, I guess other than Colosseum.
Yeah, this is an important one.
Less than intelligent behavior, huh? Like, what? This whole thing was bullshit to begin with. What?
Well, I mean, sure, we're already here, right? We might as well.
Like, what are you gonna do? Send guys to fight us in the Colosseum?
We're a fake entrant? And I don't know, I guess that means that the fact that we've been winning all the arena fights doesn't count. And all of our fans are deeply disappointed in us now.
Yeah, I think we failed our mod challenge.
That's okay, the head admin's stepping in now.
I can't remember who this is.
You know, to be completely honest, I don't either. He is apparently, Elle's grandfather?
I vaguely remember when we promised a small child that we would do incredible violence and it literally cured her sickness or something.
Yeah, so apparently this is her grandfather, ? I don't know when that was ever established. Anyway, Lance here. Lance is pretty much here to be like, so what, we broke the rules? Fuck the rules. I run the Coliseum. He's my entrant now.
He's literally, are you not entertained-ing these guys? Like, man, what the fuck is the point of any of this? You came here to see violence. This man has given you violence. What is wrong with you people? How could you have managed to fuck this up? Now, if you all just fuck off and forget this immediately, there will be no consequences. And then you can all go back to watching things get beaten up. Does that sound good? You idiots.
But yeah, nope, all of that was completely forgotten and everybody loves us again.
And now we have unlocked more things in the Colosseum. Just like, they could have simply not with any of this. They could have just had, like, here's the fucking metagame Colosseum. You come here sometimes and do fights, and you go through more of the game and more fights unlock. Why do more fights unlock when you go through more of the game? Nobody cares. You don't care. We don't care. You know that's how it works. That's what you came here for. You expect this. You're fine with this. You're not going to complain about video games. But instead, they did all that.
Well, you know, I'm glad that they turned Shanath's office into a nice little tourist room. Let's not tell anybody about the man who died, like, bleeding all over the wall over there.
Yeah, seems faintly comic for him.
But, you know what? Before we go to the final dungeon, I think we ought to take Lance up on his offer, and let's go inflict some incredible violence for the entertainment of all.
Violence, 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 violence!